All right, Detroit, we are back. Man, it's time for us to continue our Year 3 season simulation with your Detroit Red Wings. Currently with a record of 7-13-3, which is good enough for last place in the Atlantic Division, which is a shame because I was hoping that this year we could be at least competitive to the trade deadline. I was hoping for it anyways because we do have a lot of young players on this squad that would benefit from a very good productive season, statistically speaking, that is. But it doesn't seem like there's any chance of that. And I'm not making any crazy trades for NHL players using first-round picks, second-round picks, prospects. We know the future is bright for the Detroit Red Wings. I tried to use my advanced analytics to help out the simulation for this year, signing some free agents, but look at this team. I mean, realistically, we just cannot hang with the top teams in the NHL just yet. First line with Vladimir Sobotka, Franz Nielsen, Patrick Berglund. They have some decent defensive stats, and actually, for this video, we are going to be following the advanced analytics of the team, not the players, so we'll get into that in a second. They're not bad defensively, but just no offense. No offense whatsoever, and that's the main problem with this team this year. The middle six, we're trying to grow these guys, so I don't want to move them up to the first line. We could try some things out, but, the next, I'd say month, maybe month and a half, it's really going to dictate whether or not we go back to these original lineups. If I can put Larkin on the first line and all of a sudden we win 5 in a row, I'll leave him there. But if we're losing and we're not a playoff team, then I want them playing in their right roles. It's as simple as that. So guys like JFK, Svechnikov, Samantha, Larkin, they're all staying put. Rasmussen, he's actually had a pretty good shooting season. He's a sniper, and I like his shot total, so I'm thinking about moving around Rasmussen as well. But defensively, I mean, look at this. This is the big problem right here. Jake Gardner, Roenick, Hughes, Cholowski. These guys are just plainly put not good enough to get it done at the NHL level just yet, okay? So in this video, first things first, what we're going to do is the injuries in the last one. My God, they really started to compound. I was able to finally get a month done, but we had a lot of injuries in there. So I moved them up from 10 to 20. We're going to move them from 20 back down to 15, okay? So a little bit of a compromise right there. Now, I didn't actually take a look at the AHL squad. Hang on a second here. Let me just bring up the AHL squad. The AHL squad currently with a record of 6-12-6. I'm hoping that they can turn that around. I don't know why they're having such a bad season. I really stacked up the squad, but Rudolph Braun, he's actually listed as a fourth line forward. I might want to bring him up. Now, you know what? I'll leave him down there in the AHL. He's 76 overall, and I want to see a full year of growth for him so we can take a look at the advanced analytics, see if he's somebody that we want, see if he's somebody who is offensive or just like a penalty killer of the future. But Hedberg, keep an eye on him. I'm hoping for a good growth here. All right, so with that taken care of, our young guns, we know the future is bright for the Detroit Red Wings. And we also have our first rounder this year along with the St. Louis Blues first rounder. And currently, the St. Louis Blues sit in 6th in the Central Division with a record of 10-15-0. That's great. As many regulation losses as you can. We only have 13 regulation losses in comparison to St. Louis, who has 15. So that's great. If that number goes up there, we could have another great NHL entry draft or maybe even some trade assets, because we're going to have way too many prospects eventually, right? So what I want to take a look at quickly, all right, hang on a second here, is the advanced analytics for our team, the statistics, but not for the player stats. I showed you guys the player stats in the last video. I'll just bring them up once again. It's impossible to tell who's playing well and who's not, because everyone is just not playing well. And it's because of the team itself. -11, -11, -10, -10, -10, -10, -9. I was hoping I could have at least 1 or 2 lines with positive, that middle 6 especially, because the younger players. But only the fourth line, Tyler Bertuzzi and Athanasiou, are players that are playing even or better. So it's the whole team. It's just the team right now with the simulation is just not good enough. So if we take a look at the team stats, you know what? Hang on one second. All right, I'm back. So team stats, right? Yeah, I just showed you the player stats, and everyone on the team is not simulating well. It's because the team is not simulating well. So the Detroit Red Wings, I've written down the goals for per game, goals against per game, power play, and penalty kill because it's a stat that I want to track for the rest of the video. I want to see if using advanced analytics we can influence these stats and help out our team's simulation. I don't know if we can. We don't exactly have the team to do it, but still, I'm going to try. So goals for per game, the best team in the NHL, it's the Chicago Blackhawks, over 3 goals per game. Vegas and the Rangers are there too. Vancouver, a bunch of teams with over 3 goals for per game. We are second last, 1.83 goals for per game. So that is a gigantic problem for this season. We've got to find a way to score more goals. Goals against per game, 2.87, which is, I think it is 24th in the NHL. There it is right there. The best team in the NHL, 1.65. Minnesota Wild, now that they have Jack Hughes and Zetterberg, they're ready to win a Stanley Cup. But that's not that bad for us. I'm more worried about the goals for. If we can improve the goals for, the goals against, you can always improve that by switching up the lines a little bit, making sure your penalty kill is better. Goals against it's hard to get goals for because you got to get the players to score the goals, right? Goals against, you just got to find the right lineups, and if your team starts winning, that number will start to go down naturally. Power play percentage, all right. So here's an interesting one. Best team in the NHL, the Florida Panthers, up at 28.8%. We have a power play percentage of 16%. It is 19th best in the NHL. So if we can improve our power play from 19th up, that'll also improve our goals for per game, which is currently at 30th. So power play, that's a huge line or a huge setup that we have to work on. And penalty kill is actually one of the bright spots for us. We are 85.9%. Which is 7th best in the NHL. There it is. So this is what I mean. The penalty kill we don't need to touch, but if we can even get better with the penalty kill, that can improve our goals against per game. But the reason the goals against per game is at 24, it's not the penalty kill, it's the 5-on-5. And I think it's because of the weak defensemen that we have, all right? So we're going to keep, I've written those numbers down. We're going to keep an eye on them. I even have, where's my pen? Shit, where's my pen? My pen is somewhere. When I need to write, I'll have to pause the video because I want to write them down multiple times. So we're going to go back to the lineups right here. Few line changes. First thing I want to do is I want to take a chance on playing somebody on the first line, but not Larkin, not Svechnikov, not Mantha, none of these guys. We're going to try JFK, Jacob Forsbacka-Karlsson. He's a depth forward. His potential is only medium top 9, but he's got the most shots on the team. He's got those crazy shooting freaking numbers. He scored 47 goals in the AHL. He's, like I said, he's got the most shot totals out of any Red Wing. So let's put him on the first line, give him a lot of ice time, and that actually may just force him to score more goals. So since he's right-handed, I'm going to put him up on the first line with Patrick Berglund, Nelson, and Forsbacka-Karlsson. In fact, I'm going to put Sabak up there because Berglund can also play center. Yes, he has. Yeah, 78 for faceoff, so that's fine right there. But I'm also going to move up Athanasiou to the third line, and Rasmussen, he's doing fine as a fourth line forward. He's getting enough shots back there, so I'm not going to touch that. But Berglund as the center, Bertuzzi and Rasmussen, Athanasiou, Svechnikov, Abdelkader. Second line's going to stay the same, and we're going to put JFK in the first line just to see if we can score more goals. That's it. That's it. I'm just giving the shooters ice time, all right? Defensively. Now, out of all the defensemen, Hronek was, I should have showed you guys this in the stat screen, but he has the most giveaways to takeaways. It's the worst one. Now, that makes sense considering he's only 79 overall, but he's playing top-line minutes. So what we're going to do right here is I'm going to leave Hughes and Eric Johnson. They had decent numbers, but I'm going to move Hronek down to the top 6 alongside of Cholowski. Cholowski's still a depth defender, but Hronek is a legit top 6, so he might be able to get it done there. And now DeKaiser hopefully can help out defensively 5-on-5. It's not 6-on-6, Jesus. 5-on-5 with Jake Gardiner. So Jake Gardiner, DeKaiser, Eric Johnson, Quentin Hughes, and Cholowski and Hronek. We're going to see what happens there. Special teams. Penalty kill is perfect right now. Like I said, our penalty kill is 7th best in the NHL, 85.9%. I don't want to mess around with that. If I made a change, we actually might get worse. It's one of the bright spots on the team, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And power play. Okay, so here's where it gets very interesting. I want to do the same thing that I did with JFK on 5-on-5. I want to move him up on the power play because he is the best shooter on this team. So I'm just going to take this one step at a time, all right, JFK? I'm not demoting Mantha. Just give me a second. So we're going to move JFK up there. The next best shooter on the team was Rasmussen. For time on ice and shot totals, it was Michael Rasmussen. So we're going to split JFK and Rasmussen up. Perhaps they were taking too many shots on the same power play line. Like, they weren't feeding each other. They were actually suffocating one another. So I'm going to split JFK and Rasmussen up on the power play. The next best shooter was Alexander Svechnikov. So where is he? There he is. A. Svechnikov. So I want to make sure he's not on the point now because he had the best or the next best shot totals. But E. Svechnikov was actually one of the better playmakers out of everyone. He doesn't actually take that many shots for the time on ice. So I'm going to leave him on the point as a playmaker. So you now have the playmaker. Larkin's in between a shooter and a playmaker. Gardner is got a playmaker. And then the two shooters in Svechnikov and JFK. And then the second line, you got Anthony Mantha, Rasmussen, Larkin, Mantha, Hughes. Yeah, I got to leave, is it Franz Nielsen in there? Hang on. Yeah, because I got Svechnikov on the point, right. I could always go like Rasmussen in the middle and then Svechnikov over here and get another defenseman, but we don't have any defensemen to play on the power play anyway, so I'm just going to leave Svechnikov on the point. Rasmussen, Nielsen, yeah, Nielsen can stay on the power play, that's fine. So Mantha, Nielsen, Rasmussen. Quinn Hughes actually takes a lot of shots as well. He's got, where is it, 70 shots does he have? 70-something? I think he's got like the most on the team, 73 shots. So he's the defender. I'm going to leave him in there with Eric Johnson. So the two shooters in the first line, you got Svechnikov, JFK, and the two shooters in the second line, Rasmussen and Hughes. We're going to see what that, or how that plays out. Four-man power play, Larkin, JFK, Franz Nielsen, and Evgeny Svechnikov. No, it's not going to be Evgeny because he is, well, he can play the point. There you go. But Mantha, okay, so this doesn't make sense. So let me go, I need a playmaker there instead of Mantha. Yeah. Who's a playmaker? Svechnikov. Actually, Mantha is kind of a playmaker for us. You know what? I'm going to go with Evgeny Svechnikov. I'm going to split up the Svechnikov brothers in the four-man power play. I don't want to be handicapped, always needing to keep those guys together. I want to trust in my advanced analytics here, and we're going to see if we can make this team score a few more goals. All right, so that's the 4-on-4, or the four-man power play. Penalty kill, we're going to leave the same way. Extra attackers, goaltender. We got to get a better season out of Philip Grabauer. But yeah, that's the changes that we're going to make. So we're going to keep an eye on JFK. So far, he's got 4 goals, no assists, and a -7. Should I write that down? Here, hang on a second. 4 goals, no assists. Oh, great, my pen is running out. 4 goals, no assists, -7. There you go. So JFK on the first line. We'll see what we can do. All right, so there are the changes. Good news is that we have a clean bill of health. I don't know if we're going to get to see a in-game video or an in-game footage in this video. I would like to I'm going to keep on doing them. They're a lot of fun. But I would like to get all the way to the trade deadline in this video. And if we're clearly not a playoff team, then we can just get right past the trade deadline. Unless there's a massive trade to make. So we're just going to go 1 month at a time here, all the way past the Philadelphia Flyers. We'll see in the month of December. Don't worry about anything beforehand. We're going to compare our statistics, our goals for, goals against, all that for the first part of the season to what we do in December here. So we're going to see. It's a pretty good start so far. 2-2, damn it. But we're keeping the puck out of the net. Look at that. 2 goals for Winnipeg, 2 goals for Edmonton, no goals for Philadelphia, 2 goals for Montreal, 1 goal for Columbus, 1 goal for Pittsburgh, 4 goals for the Island, fine, 1 goal for Florida. We are a good defensive team here. Detroit player Anthony Mantha has been injured with a sprained ankle. Estimated return is December 26th. All right, so he's gone for quite some time. It's a pretty important time of the year. If we want to be competitive, I've got to keep on going here. So, you know what? I'm going to give Rasmussen, because Larkin and Evgeny Svechnikov, I'm going to give Rasmussen the chance here because he's the shooter. We're going to get the shooters up there, and we're going to put Troy Brouwer. No. I have wingers. Marcus Foligno. Yeah, we'll put a power forward in there. All right, so Marcus Foligno is down there. I'm going to have to change up the penalty kill and the foreman. There you go, Eric Johnson. Wait a minute. Hang on a sec. Anthony Mantha just came out, right? Yeah, Rasmussen. Whoa, hang on a second. What did I just change? Rasmussen, Franz Nielsen, Marcus Foligno. That's the one. Okay, so Marcus Foligno on the power play. No, we can't have that. So Rasmussen, I'll put in Athanasiou. All right, so he can get some power play time. There you go, my man. Good luck. And the 4-man power play, Svechnikov, Eric Johnson. I'm going to put in Quinn Hughes there on the point. All right, hang on a second. There he is. All right, so I won't show you guys too many of the injuries. This first one, I want to see, just wanted to take care of it nice and quickly. Larkin, Svechnikov, Franz Nielsen, Svechnikov. I want to move JFK up. There you go. Larkin can play alongside of, probably just like Sobotka or... Yeah, Berglund, there it is. All right, so Larkin and Berglund. So as soon as Mantha comes back, I will take care of that myself. Let's see if we can go a little bit further. I don't want to take a look at any of the stats just yet. 5-1 win. So out of my view... Oh my god, alright, let me make this point. So far, this month, only the one game against the Islanders was the game where we allowed more than 3 goals. It was a 4-1 loss. Every other game, even the games where we lost, it was 2 or less. So, we've got a pretty good defensive team here so far in the month of December. So, give me a second here. Alright, it's good to see Anthony Mantha back in the lineup. We only missed a few days, and we actually won. Yeah, we won every single one of them. So, come on now, boys. Only 4 more. Oh, Erik Johnson's been injured with injured elbow. Estimated return. Oh my god, January 6th is not that bad. I was going to say, shit, that's like a month. No, it's not that bad. Alright, power video editing. Okay, so Erik Johnson is out, and Xavier Ouellet is back in. That's a pretty sizable loss for us. This is what I mean. When we have an injury to one of our veteran players, oh man, the players that we have to bring in. And we've been playing pretty good defensively recently. Erik Johnson's a big part of that defensive play. Let's see if we can keep it going. Overtime loss, that's only 2 goals in regulation. 4 goals. So 2 games and 4 goals. All right, so it kind of fell apart there towards the end. But 3 losses in a row without Erik Johnson. Erik Johnson, he logs a lot of defensive minutes for us. But up until that point, I mean, look, 2 goals against, 0 goals against, 2 goals against, 1 goal against, 1 goal against, 4. All right, so there's the first bad one. 1 goal against, 1 goal against, 1 goal against, 1 goal against, 2 goals against. The third in overtime doesn't count. 4 and then 4. So 3 games. 3 out of how many? I'm not going to count them again. 3 games in the month of December was bad defensively. Everything else was fine. But the lack of offense, you can still see. I mean, look at that. Like 2-1 win, 3-1 win. So defensively, very interesting here. All right. And that's what I wanted for this team, right? The way we were constructing this team was defense. We'll see if we can squeak out a few wins and see how far we can take it. So let me go back to, we'll take our time with this. We'll take a look at the edit lines. Anyone's growing for us. Back of Carlson, Nielsen, Mantha, Larkin. I don't see any growth just yet. All right. What about on the back end defensively? No, we're going to need Erik Johnson back. I'm hoping that we don't have to go too long without him because that is a big penalty killer for us and everything. But now let's take a look at the statistics or the advanced analytics, and I'm going to write this stuff down because we're going to go another month and see if it continues to get better or if it's just fluctuating back and forth. So team stats. Goals for per game. Last time we checked it out, it was at 1.8, 30th in the NHL. Goals for per game. We are at 1.89, so the worst team in the NHL, but it has gone up. But we're winning through defense. Oh my god, of course, right? Of course. This pen, it was working fine, and then you start doing it in a video, and no, we're not going to work for you. All right, so 1.89 right there. Still the worst in the league. Goals against per game. We were at 2.87. We are at 2.51. All right, so we started scoring more, and we stopped letting in so much. So 2.51. Let's see where that puts us in the NHL. So see, like the best team in the NHL right now, Minnesota, with a goals against of 2.05. Where's Detroit? We're on the front list. We're not in the top 10, but we're there. We're in the top 15. We're in a playoff bound position for goals against per game, right? All these other teams up here, that's pretty good, man. All right, so power play percentage, let's see this. Power play percentage last time was 16%. It is now, oh my god, we have one of the best power plays in the NHL ever since, oh my god, it might be all JFK. It might all be JFK. Power play percentage is now 21.8%. Okay, that went from 16 to 21.8. That was huge. So everything so far we have increased, and penalty kill was 85.9. This might have gone down because of Erik Johnson getting injured. Penalty kill, yeah, 82. Was it 82? Let's see. Oh man, we're one of the worst penalty kills now. But I'm going to chalk that up to Erik Johnson dropping off. So, like, all the goals in the last game might have been all penalty power play goals, but that means our 5-on-5 might have gotten a little bit better. So everything except for penalty kill dropped off there, boys. But the penalty kill dropped off, but our goals against got better. So what does that tell you? It's like 5-on-5 got better, but the only way they were able to score was the PK now on us. All right, interesting. Now, the last thing, Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson. He had 4 goals, no assists, and a -7 when we moved him up to the first line. All right, now if he's still not playing well, I'm going to move him right back down. But we have been winning. He's got 9 goals, so he more than doubled his output. 3 assists. He's -10 though. So in that month, he went -3. That's not that bad. In a month, a -3 for a guy who's 78 overall on the first line. 12 points. So he had four goals, 4 points, and now he's got 9 goals and 12 points in 33 games played. All right, I think I'm going to leave JFK on the first line, man. He's scoring goals. This is what I mean about shot totals. Look, 105 shots. That is awesome. Larkin's next, but he's got 18 minutes time on attack. See what I mean about Andrei Svechnikov? He's up there, and he's got less time on ice, so he's a better shooter or a more frequent shooter than Larkin. Mantha's not shooting that much. Evgeny Svechnikov is not that much of a shooter. Rasmussen, see what I mean about Rasmussen? 54 shots, but only 11 minutes. If he had the 18 minutes, he'd be up to like 100 shots as well, or close to it. So yeah, I think we figured this out. We just need Erik Johnson back, man. I need him back big time. All right, so let's get another month of simulating done, shall we? Yeah, we're not going to play any games. I'm liking the sim right now. If the injuries could just hold off, and if we could have another good month here, you never know. So let's go one more month. We'll take a look at the stats. This might not be a video where we just fly right through, boys. We could be competitive here. Detroit player Erik Johnson's back as well. So we had the 3 in a row. What was it? 0-2-1 without Johnson, but he's getting right back in there now. So should I take care of it? You know what? I'll show you guys this. Whatever. I'll leave it in. So DeKaiser, he was gonna go back and no. DeKaiser's staying there. Yeah, Ouellette. There you go. All right. So Ouellette's. Erik Johnson goes in there. Now the special teams. Athanasiou on the power play. I took him out for Erik Johnson. There you go. 4-man power play. Quentin Hughes. I'm going to put Erik Johnson. We're leaning on Johnson. This is why we traded for him. Penalty kill. Same thing. Erik Johnson's right back in there. Danny DeKaiser. All right. So the team is set. Ready to go. Let's see if the good simulating for the last month with Johnson in the lineup can continue. And it does. Look at that. So Johnson comes back and we win 3 in a row. And we're scoring some goals now there as well. All right, come on, boys. Keep it going. We're back to 500. 18-4, boys. 4-2 loss, but a shootout win. So 3 goals against. Oh, my God. We're scoring goals now. It's all over the place. 1 goal against. So we score 6 goals, we win. Then we only allow 1, we lose. Yeah, the simulation's all over the place right now. Dennis Cholowski's been injured with a injured elbow. Estimated return is January 27th. I'm just going to replace that player. Cholowski's nowhere. He's not on the power play, penalty kill. It would just be Ouellette. So I'll just replace that player, and it's not that far away. 5-2 loss right there. 4-0 loss. Cholowski's back. Yeah, I'll just keep you guys in the video right here. I'll just go right back to it. We're kind of having a decent run there, but it's taken a bad turn here recently. Ouellette. All right, hang on. Let me get Cholowski right back in. All right. That's okay. At least we got that little run there, and we are keeping it competitive. If we're at 500, you never know. The playoffs could be right around the corner. We could have a crazy Atlantic Division. So at the end of January, your Detroit Red Wings have pulled themselves above 500. We started the video, what was it, 7-13-3? Look at that. Now 22-21-6. So the team that we have, I mean, I'm doing the best with the tools that we have, the advanced analytics. So I'm gonna go back and take a look at everything. Jacob Forsback, Carlson, goals for per game, all that good stuff. Okay, so hang on a sec. And also, what about the Griffins? They turn their season around. Griffins 19, 20, and 10. Damn, that sucks. Don't know why they're not playing well, but whatever. Hopefully the younger players still get a good simulation from it. Okay, so Dylan Larkin. Oh, no. What am I saying? Dylan Larkin. Let's go back to the team standings. Goals for per game, goals against per game, power play, and penalty kill. Let's see if we've increased these at all. So first up, goals for per game. Last time, we started the year at 1.80. Then it moved to 1.89. We are now at 2.04, and we're not the worst team in the NHL. So our goals for per game, it started off real bad, but it's now up to 2.04, which is still not great, but it was at 1.8 to start the video, so it's been better than 2.04 to get it up to 2.04. Goals against per game, we were at 2.51 last time. We're now at 2.57, so we started to let in a little bit more. Like I said, that crazy month, right? December was awesome for us. Power play percentage. Last time we were at 21.8. We're now at 23.6. So I really think JFK on that first line Getting the shooter, splitting up Rasmussen and JFK and splitting up the Svechnikovs. I think that did one. Not splitting them up. Putting the shooter on the wing, the passer on the point. I think that did us wonders. So our power play's been going up, and our penalty kill was at 82.6 before. It's now 81.4. So they found a way to score on us. It's the penalty kill. But you know what? That's okay. There is one thing I could do. I could take, what's his name? Okay, there's a few things I can do. I can increase the penalty kill by taking Hronek off the penalty kill. Let me just, okay, first things first. Where are we in the playoff hunt? The Detroit Red Wings have 50 points. We're only 2 points out of the, and with a game in hand over the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa has the final wildcard position, 24, 20, and 6. Oh, God, the playoffs are definitely a possibility this year, boys. Okay, good. And what about the St. Louis Blues? St. Louis Blues, they still 2 games below 500. So, yeah, they've gotten a little bit better, but still a top-tier draft pick if they continue to drop off. So now, let us go to the player stats. There's 2 things I want to look at. JFK, and also I want to take a look at the best defensive defenseman, and I'll throw that last guy on the penalty kill. All right, so forwards. Larkin's got 28 points in 47 games played, -7. All right, I wish it was better, but whatever. They're getting some points. Svechnikov, Nielsen. Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson, 15 goals now. He was at 9 last time we checked. Now up to 15, 20 points. This guy's a pure goal scorer, man. Mantha, all these guys are minus. There you go. Rasmussen's a plus player. Good. So the fourth line is doing good. Rasmussen getting a good year under his belt. All right. Shot totals. Hang on a second. Power play goals. What about JFK? There you go. 4 power play goals. Rasmussen, and he only 1 power play goal for Rasmussen. So splitting them up didn't really matter. Hang on a second. Shot totals. Let's see. JFK, 154. Larkin, Mantha. Okay, very good. So JFK, I think I did the right choice, or I think that was the right choice. Put JFK on the first line to help us out with the offense. He gets it done. And then defensively, I think I got to take off Hronek from the penalty kill, because takeaways to giveaway ratio. DeKaiser, I think he's already on the penalty kill. That's pretty good for DeKaiser right there. Jake Gardner, that's good. Eric Johnson, that's good. Quentin Hughes, that's not good, but he's an offensive defenseman. He takes chances. Cholowski, that's not good, but look at Hronek. Hronek is not good when it comes to giveaways. So I think I might put Cholowski on the penalty kill. Yeah, Cholowski's going to be the new penalty kill guy. All right, so it's going to be DeKaiser, Gardner, Eric Johnson, and Cholowski instead of Hronek, because Hronek has given up a little bit too many, and Cholowski hits and blocks shots. So yeah, that's the one change on the PK that I'm going to make. All right, so let me just quickly go back there. Improve those stats. Hopefully goals for, power play continue to go up. If the penalty kill gets better, then the goals against will get better, and we might be able to slip into the playoffs here, boys, in year number 3. Advanced analytics, boys. I'm showing you guys how a real general manager gets it done. All right, so penalty kill. Larkin, Mantha, yep. Jake the Snake and Eric Johnson, yep. DeKaiser and Hronek, no. I'm not liking Hronek in there. We're going to put Cholowski. All right, so Cholowski, you're going to get the shot, and 3-man penalty kill, same thing. Not Hronek, it's going to be Cholowski. Okay, so that's the one change I'm going to make to the penalty kill. We're going to see if that improves it at all. And now we can go 1 more month of simulating and see where we take it. Okay, so calendar. I think we'll go all the way to the trade deadline. And I can make the, we're kind of deep into this video. I don't know how much time, considering with the edits and the cuts and the power of video editings, right? But yeah, we can go. I wouldn't mind getting a gameplay video in here as well, though, if it's like on the line and it's a big team to face off against. But let's just get to the trade deadline in this video. So past the New Jersey Devils. So we got a clean bill of health. Let's see if this team can continue to simulate well. Good defensively. There you go. All right. So Buffalo 3-2, Pittsburgh 3-2. We lost to Montreal. Come on. There you go. 4-2, 3-1. Oh my God, we're winning games. Unreal. Vegas Golden Knights. All right, so that 3rd goal by the end of regulation, that's the key for us. We have to keep it a defensive game. We can win it late, or win it in overtime, or win it in the shootout. All right? We're not going to see that again. See, that's those 2 losses. 3 goals by the end of regulation. Oh, man, now we're starting to lose a little bit. We lost track. We were on a nice winning streak, and then those 2 ball-busting games to Vegas and Arizona. Could have got a point out of those teams. Good news is that they're in the Western Conference, but still, and then a 5-1 loss, but good news. We got back on track. Still 2 games above 500. Stay above 500 before the trade deadline. 2-0 loss right there. On the last game, it's a 4-1 loss. Damn it, man. Oh, we we were doing so well. Those ball-busting games right there to the not the LA Kings, the Vegas Golden Knights in Arizona. 1-goal losses. That, all right, we lost that game fine. 3-1 win, 4-3 win, and then a 2-0 loss. We played good defensively, no offense, and then the 4-1 loss. So we could have only had 2 losses right there if we could have just scored a little bit more. The team just couldn't. If only I could have had these lines from the get-go. Damn it, man. But we could still be in a playoff hunt. Let's see. The Florida Panthers have the second wild card spot. We have a game in hand. We're only 4 points back of them, so 2 wins. It's not crazy. So let's go. Yeah, I think we're going to get this video. I think we're going to simulate the whole season in this video. And we might even have a few games that we can go into at the end. So let me just go to our draft pick screen, our trade bait screen. St. Louis Blues have a better draft pick than we do now. So that was a great trade for the St. Louis Blues last year. Man, I can't even talk. But I don't think there's anyone that we could acquire that would help us out for this season, that would also help us out for the future. I'll do my due diligence. I'll go through each team here and take a look. But realistically, I mean, I don't want to trade anything. Like Paul Stastny, 3 years left. No, thank you. The Boston Bruins, the Buffalo Sabres, Scandella. Could acquire somebody just to help out, but what if you acquire somebody and then you miss out on the playoffs, right? These guys deserve the chance to try to make the playoffs. They've been the team the entire year. But unless there's somebody who's in the 80s and got youth on their side, like Tyson Barrie wouldn't be a bad one to trade for, but too much trade value. I'm not giving up a first, right? If he was a little bit lower, I'd do it. A veteran, somebody who's just hit the 30s, Captain Keith, 4 years left. That would be a good trade. I wouldn't mind trading like a second if it was the right kind of player. Somebody that we could bring back, but that's kind of rare. Usually they're older players. Forbert, Mike Green, no thank you. Suter, Granlund, Koivu, Parise, Zetterberg, bring them back. Bring them back. Hang on a second here. What is their record? They're 33, 22, and 6. No, why would they want to trade Zetterberg? I know he's in the block, but they're in the playoffs. No, that's dumb. I'm not trading back for Zetterberg. That would be a good trade, though, because he shoots and we need some goals. That wouldn't be a bad one. Jared Spurgeon, a defenseman for us. 1 year left. Trade value's a little bit high. I wouldn't want to go all out for Jared Spurgeon. Spooner... That's not bad for Spooner there. 82 overall. Get some center depth. Trade values a little bit much. I don't want to trade anything, though. That's the whole thing. Unless it's like a guarantee where you just can't say no to it because it's a young player and he can contribute. Like Braden Shen would be great. Trade value way too much, but great as like a center to get. 28 years of age. Yeah, you could do fine with that. But all these other guys, let me see. No, Brandstrom, Nicholas Backstrom, the Washington Capitals, Justin Falk, they're looking to trade. A lot of players there, but not giving up that kind of trade value. No way. Kyle Connor, RFA still. Man, they did not sign him or they did not trade him. My God, they should just unload him if you can't sign him. That's just a waste. Noah Dobson. All right, so realistically, there's a few players that we could get to make our team better, but then I'd have to give up something. If I take a look at our trade value, right? Bochinski, Hedberg, Svechnikov, Hughes, Reinprecht, Larkin, Svechnikov, Mantha, Gardner, Rasmussen, Cholowski, Bois. So Bois is somebody that I would be willing to trade, but there was nobody that I want to trade him for. Hamill, Braun, Eric Johnson, Franz Nielsen. I want to hold on to Nielsen, Sabatka, and let them try to go for the playoffs. Why not, right? So I'm not going to trade anyone. These guys, the Detroit Red Wings, here in year number 3, have done a great job. They deserve the chance to go for the playoffs. Franz Nielsen's got multiple years left, so I'm holding on to him. Brower's contract is up this year. Abdicator, multiple years left. I'm just looking at the older players. Sabatka's got no value. Berglund's got no value. Johnson I'm holding on to. And then everyone's in their 20s, and I'm holding on to those guys. Yeah, we've already made the trades. We made our trades at the draft. I'm holding on to our first-round draft picks, and I don't want to be a dumb GM who makes a trade and then misses the playoffs, all right? If we miss the playoffs now, whatever, it was a good year. At the beginning of the video, I said that I was hoping that we were competitive come the trade deadline. We've achieved that goal. Now, let's see if these Detroit Red Wings can get us into the playoffs, okay? So I'm going to go back to the player stats one more time. I want to take a look at JFK, what he's doing now. Let's see, JFK, 20-goal season. Unreal, man. Was I right or was I right? He's freaking 78 overall, and he's got a 20-goal year and only 57 games played, so it's even getting better. Only 6 assists, though. My God. This guy's a pure shooter, man. 196 shots. Quentin Hughes, though, look at that. Quentin Hughes takes shots as well. We got to get him on the going on the power play. Split those two guys up. 13 goals for Quentin Hughes. That's great. All right, so JFK, yeah, I'm leaving him on the first line, boys. I don't know why it's working. I think it's because the other two guys are good defensively, and now they finally have someone who just shoots, and the odds, like, it's going to even out. He's going to get some goals, and their plus-minus are going to even out. It's nice, man. I was thinking about something. Hang on. I was going to edit the lines for the AHL squad and see if anyone could come up to the NHL squad, like Rudolph Braun. If he's like 80 overall now, 76. He's still fourth-line forward. 8 goals, 20 assists. All right, good. So he's not a shooter. He's like a playmaker. We need some playmakers on this team now. Muller, Hedberg, what kind of year? 8 goals, 9 assists. He stayed at 64 overall, which I'm not happy about, but whatever, we'll see. Hedberg might be somebody that we could end up trading away, not wait on him like Victor Reed, right? Because he's got a lot of trade value, and we got a team now. So that might be something to think about come the trade deadline. Not the trade deadline, the draft. But for right now, let us take it to the end of the season. All right. So this is going to be good. So let me see what the last few games of the year are. Winnipeg, Western Conference. Toronto, that's going to be an interesting team. Ottawa, that's going to be an interesting team. Boston, they look like they're fine. Washington could be an interesting team. Ottawa, yeah, that could be interesting. Boston. All right, so let's go all the way down here to Boston. Then we'll have the last 7 games, and we might have a game where we jump in there for, okay? So we got a good month to go. We're starting against the Carolina Hurricanes. Come on now, boys. There are no more line changes. I figured it out. You guys have just got to start simulating well. So simulate to this day. Hopefully we keep a clean bill of health, and the hockey gods shine upon us. Oh no, 4-0 loss has started up, not good. A 4-1 defeat to the Tampa Bay Lightning. 8-2 victory to the Montreal Canadiens. Oh man, it's not good. If anything, we need to go on a winning streak, and we've just killed it. We just killed it with that. We need to like win every single game now to finish off the season. Grand Rapids player Seth Griffith has been injured. All right, so I'm just going to replace that player. He's down there in the AHL. Oh yeah, the season's over. So I'm glad I didn't make any trades at the trade deadline, boys. It was tempting. I did my best to pull this team out from the gutter, but it's just not there just yet. We don't have it. Edit lines manually. Yeah, I'll send them back in there. I want these guys. They might still make the playoffs. So was it Turgeon? Yeah, I think it was Turgeon. There you go. So I'll take Turgeon off and put Griffith in there. There you go. All right, see if the AHL squad can do anything. Can you guys have one last gasp? Just start winning games. Don't lose another. No. Oh, man, we kind of had it there, boys, but there's only so much I can do with the line changes. Okay, so 7 games remaining. If we're going to lose, then lose big. You know, don't just miss the playoffs. Lose big, get the better draft pick. We can actually have the draft lottery in this video as well. So the Detroit Red Wings down there with 71 points. Yeah, we're 14 points out of the playoffs with 6 games remaining. So we are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but still, it was a good season, boys. So let's just get the year done. We might, what was the last game of the season? Let's see. Is it versus Winnipeg? Perfect. You know what? We'll come in the last game of the season. We'll finish off the 3rd period, and we'll take a look at these young Detroit Red Wings in year number 3. They put on a show for their fans. I think a lot of people thought they were going to have a much worse year. 35 wins, 37. Didn't even get to 40 regulation losses, so that's good. Last game of the season up against the tough Winnipeg Jets. They won the Stanley Cup in year number 1. Sim the game. Let's see what happens here. If it's a good 3rd period, we'll jump in. If it's a blowout, probably not. So 1st period, last game of year number 3 here in Detroit. One team's headed to the playoffs, one team's not, but in the future, we are going to be a contender. Quentin Hughes opens up the goal scoring. Vladimir Sobotka gets the 2nd, and the Detroit Red Wings take a 2-0 lead. 2nd period, and the Winnipeg Jets, Patrick Laine gets one back for Winnipeg. All right, so I don't want to go too long in that video. Let's just simulate today to the 10-minute mark, and then we'll jump in. Power play for the Detroit Red Wings. It goes nowhere, and we have, there it is, JFK, Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson, but Patrick Laine, he gets them back within 1. This is a good game to go into. So 10 minutes left, 3-2 for Detroit. Let's go. And here we are in the 3rd period in Detroit, the Little Caesars Arena. You guys are saying, I'm still calling it the Joe, man. It'll always be the Joe for me. Can the Detroit Red Wings hold on for the victory? Oh, no, they cannot. It's the captain, Dustin Byfuglien. He charges the slot and ties the game up with 9:14 remaining here in the 3rd period. Oh, man, that was not a great way to jump in. Is it a milestone goal as well? It is for Dustin Byfuglien. I don't know which milestone it is. I've got the commentators off, but Big Buff, he gets himself his 22nd goal of the season. I don't know if it's a goal-scoring milestone or a point-scoring milestone. Let's see it again. Pass into the middle, shot by Big Buff, gets his own rebound. No one's going to be able to knock him off the puck when he's charging that crease. Nikolai Goudobin with a nice toe save there to start, but can't get the rebound. And the Winnipeg Jets have tied this game up. No, we got ourselves a good one here towards the end. It's Detroit's first line up against Winnipeg's first line. We got JFK out there, boys, so let's keep an eye on number 23, JFK, Jacob Forsbacka-Karlsson. Let's see if he shoots in the game as well as the simulation. Oh, man, he got wrecked right there by Ryan Braun. His name Ryan Braun? Shit. Ehlers over to Patrick Laine. He's got 2 on the night, looking for the hat trick. Finds, oh my God, finds Mark Scheifele there in the middle, who takes a clap bomb right there at Nikolai Goudobin, who makes it look easy. Just throws that glove up and makes a nice, comfortable save. I don't know how he did. All right. Face-off back in the Detroit Red Wing zone. Franz Nielsen up against Mark Scheifele. And it's won by the veteran. JFK up to Sabatka. Here we go. Detroit pushing back the other way. Vladimir Sabatka, the veteran, dumping it in. That's what I want to see from those defensive players. JFK gets up on the forecheck but misses. And here come the Winnipeg Jets. Nikolai Ehlers across the blue line. Patrick Laine, wrist shot, and a great save there by Nikolai Goudobin. That's the one man you do not want rushing off the wing, taking that heavy wrist shot. Heavy right-handed wrist shot does Patrick Laine have. So the first lines are still out there for both teams. Hang on one second. All right, my God, so congested, man. But we got to push through here. The Winnipeg Jets are in our zone. Come on now, boys. Patrick Laine centers it. Mark Scheifele. He's got it in the slot. Cuts back. Good puck control right there. Holds on to it. Big Buff. Scheifele over to Ehlers. Back to the big man. He's got that bomb on the point. Look at the Winnipeg Jets right now. Just playing in the Detroit Red Wings zone, but here come the Red Wings with the breakout. JFK, number 23, cuts back, finds the Kaiser, over to Vladimir Sabatka, back to the Kaiser, finds Dylan Larkin, the future captain of the Red Wings, some say. We're going to have to wait and see. He's got to pick this team up. He had the chance to get them into the playoffs this season. Can't blame him. Can't put it all on his shoulders. But, you know, it would have been a nice sign to see him lead this team into the playoffs instead of crumbling there. But here comes Quentin Hughes. He can be the future captain. Quentin Hughes! He's 2 for 2! He scored in the last video. And now, with 2:17 left here in the third period, he gets the lead once again for his Red Wings. So he scored in the first game of the year, and now he scored in the last game of the year. I don't know, boys. Larkin the captain? What about Quentin Hughes? What a stud he is. Number 29. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at Nikolai Goudobin's celebration. Yeah, EA Sports. How is it that NHL 94 had better fucking camera angles for your instant replay? How is that possible? Anyways, Jacob Trouba up to the little Lion Man. Over across to Josh Morrissey, who's got in the corner. Back to the point. Baton, he's got it. Cuts in. Gets around. Down low. Perreault. Oh, he's going to be able to come out. Yes, he is. Almost sneaks it through Goudobin. It found a hole underneath, but it hit the post. Did not cross the goal line. And the Red Wings still have a 1-goal lead. As we take a look at Evgeny Svechnikov. All right, come on, boys. Oh, and I also have to change someone's number, right? Who took number 13? That is not on. We cannot have somebody playing with number 13. That's Datsuk's number. You guys got to let me know. I forgot about that. I didn't put that on in this video. Jacob Trouba. You know, he's got it on the point. Slap shot. Blocked in front. Little Lion Man with a backhander. Just misses wide, though. Dylan Larkin up to Evgeny Svechnikov. It must be Andre. Evgeny on the right side, cuts to the inside, over to Eric Johnson, the slap shot. What a block right there. You're already in the playoffs and you're still blocking shots like that. Evgeny Svechnikov. Whoa! Evgeny! But no goal, says the refs. The Zebras are waving it off. What are you guys thinking? I'm blind, I'm deaf, I want to be a ref. Was it goalie interference or was it a deflection? By the way the camera reacted, it was the goal from the point. It wasn't deflected, which means goalie interference right there. Anthony Mantha trucked his fat ass right into Connor Hellebuyck's toe. And that's enough for the Zebras to win. Yeah, it's been waved off. 35 seconds remaining. And the Winnipeg Jets still have an opportunity here. Third line. We got Andre Svechnikov. Is Andre 13? Is he over there? No, he's number 14. No, oh no, there he is, number 13. Yeah, he is number 13. Yeah, we cannot have that, boys. That's sacrilege. Here we go. Detroit playing with 25 seconds left in Winnipeg's zone. This is perfect. But here come the Jets. Can they get it out? Cholowski back to Roenick. Oh, the young guys giving the ice time. Cholowski Back to Abdelkader. Winnipeg, 15 seconds left. They've got to get going. Cup up to Harkins. Marco Dano, 10 seconds left. 2-on-2. Over to Harkins. Harkins in the corner. Oh, man. He finds Cup. Back to the point. Bufflin misses. It's there. Line A. No. And the Detroit Red Wings, they finished the year with a W. So there were highs, there were lows, but this team's future is extremely bright. We got to see flashes of it this season. JFK being moved to the first line. He's like a bona fide 30-goal scorer. Larkin, Mantha, the Svechnikovs, Quentin Hughes, as the Red Wings salute their hometown fans for a very hard-fought season. And there's a lot to look forward to. 2 lottery draft picks from St. Louis and themselves. Bochinski, Reinprick, Braun, all coming up for next season. Don't worry, Detroit. The future is bright. And in fact, you know what? Let's end this video in the right way. Let's do the draft lottery right now to end it off. Let's see if we can land the first overall pick. So there it is, boys. The end of year number 3. The Detroit Red Wings finished with a record of 36, 37, and 9. That is... It's good enough for me. We were competitive. We had the chance to make the playoffs at the trade deadline. I made the decision to not make any trades. I'm glad I did. Like I said, the future is bright. Our young players are up and coming, and now we still have our draft picks that we can use. And let's see the St. Louis Blues. The St. Louis Blues missed out on the playoffs, but they got their point totals up there. They finished above 500, so we're not going to have the greatest selections here. So let me go back to the team stats. And I want to do the same reveal as we did last year, right? So if I go to point totals for the entire league, I think every team's played right now. 82 games, 82 games, 82 games, 82 games. Yep. All right, so the St. Louis Blues and Detroit. So we are right there. What is that, 7? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just going to write this down. Detroit is 7. Fucking pen. Detroit is 7th. All right. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have the Detroit Red Wings at 7 and the St. Louis Blues at a 10th. So the worst thing that could happen is all 3 picks go to the ones above St. Louis and Detroit, and they get pushed back to, what, 8, 9, 10, 10 and 13. So it could be 10, it could be 13. There's a lot, there's a lot of different combinations. It could be the 2 teams above St. Louis, but 1 below Detroit, and then it really gets all messed up. So yeah, I'm not going to even try to come up with the different variations right now, but it could also just end up where it is. And if that happens, we have 2 top 10 picks, which is great, 10 and 7. So we're going to see if we get lucky. We won the draft lottery both years so far. I got the 5th worst team in year number 1. We moved up to 3. Edmonton was the 8th worst team last year. We moved up to 2. Let's see what we can do this season, all right? Before we do that, though, let's take a look. Just finish the year off with the player stats and all that good stuff. Forwards, all right, so Dylan Larkin, take a look at those goals, assists, point totals, a -7, which sucks. We got to get probably a goal scorer alongside of him in the future. I know he's good defensively, and I know he's an assist man. So maybe like, you know what? Maybe like a JFK alongside a Larkin next season. That might be something that we try out. Evgeny Svechnikov, 14 goals. All right, but Evgeny is more of the playmaker. I've figured this out. I'm going to show you the shot totals in a second. I think Andre is more of the shooter, which is interesting because he only has 7 goals this year. But he was on the 3rd line compared to Svechnikov, who was on the 2nd line. Remember that as well. So Franz Nielsen, Mantha, JFK, 26 goals, and he had 4 on the 4th line, so he had 20-something on the 1st line as soon as we moved him up, so that's a bona fide 30-goal season if I only moved him up earlier. Athanasiou, Rasmussen, all right, 11 and 11, 22 points, all right, not bad. Defenseman, let's see this. 33 points for Eric Johnson, Gardner, Hughes, 18 goals, 4 assists for Quentin Hughes. That's interesting. We're going to have to figure out how to play Quentin Hughes. We got to find some very good passers playing alongside of him. Roenick, Cholowski, all right, and goaltenders. Grabauer, did he have a good season? No, that's not the kind of season. Excuse me. It's not the kind of season that you're going to see him grow to like 85, 86 for next year. So that kind of sucks, but, well, what are you going to do? All right, so forwards, let me just show you shot totals. Okay, so shot totals. So this is good to know for next season. So JFK is clearly our best shooter. Larkin, 18 minutes time on attack. Yeah, he's a good shooter too. Mantha, all right, so Larkin shoots more than Mantha. Andrei Svechnikov, 158, but only 15 minutes time on attack. Evgeny Svechnikov, same time on attack, but only 126 shots. So that's interesting. His shot accuracy must have just been better, but he does shoot more. So we got to figure out how to get him going. And Rasmussen, 121 shots in only 11 minutes time on ice. So he definitely shoots also. And defensemen, just show you the giveaways and takeaways. Let's see if there was anyone that was way off the mark. And if there is, we might have to trade him. So Danny DeKeyser, we know we're not holding on to Danny DeKeyser forever. So we know that's a little bit off. Jake Gardner, that's fine because he takes chances. Eric Johnson, that's fine. He takes chances. Cholowski, it's not the greatest, but he's a young player. He's getting better. Quentin Hughes, it's not that bad. He's a young player getting better. Hronik, it's not that bad. He's a young player getting better, but he doesn't throw the body at all, and he's a two-way defender. So I'm thinking that Hronik is more of an offensive defenseman. I know it says two-way, but still. All right, so that's all that taken care of. And last but not least, let me just, entire league. Let me go by this. Brady Shea, no, all skaters. Let me just see who had the most points and the most goals and all this. So most goals, Alexander Ovechkin, Brad Marchand, Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov. All right, all these guys. Assists, Backstrom, Mark Scheifele, Backstrom, Ehlers. Oh man, Elias Peterson is now 90 overall. My God. Point totals, Artemi Panarin signing with Vancouver. That was a great signing for the Vancouver Canucks. Kucherov, Taylor Hall. All right, all those guys down there. Okay, so it's draft lottery time. Let's see if we can get lucky. We're at 7 and 10, so it could be 10 and 13. So that's how we'll know. So regular season has ended. Let us simulate. Oh, the AHL squad. What did the AHL squad do? Shit. Hang on a second here. AHL squad. Did they make it into the playoffs? Did they make it in? AHL squad. Grand Rapids Griffins. Yeah, I think they did, didn't they? Yep, 41, 30, and 11. Good. So they ended up getting into the playoffs, did the Griffins. A bad start. I was wondering, because I stacked this team. They should be good enough. Good. So we'll see what Rudolph Braun and Johan Hedberg can do for us on that team. They won the Calder last season, so another good run in the playoffs. That would only be beneficial for them. So let us, we'll follow the AHL squad, and then we'll take it all the way to the draft lottery. Oh, man, I'm excited. I don't know if we're going to hit it this year, though, boys. We got lucky the last 2 seasons. I don't know. It might not. Karma says no, right? We're going to be stuck with like 10 and 13 instead of 7 and 10. If anything, we'll be pushed down this year. So AHL regular season has ended. First round of the playoffs. It's best of 5, so you got to win 3. Oscar Muller. I'm just going to assist coach, replace player. There you go. The first 2 games go to us. Game 3, I'm just going to continue. Game 3, we lose. Game 4, we lose. And we win Game 5. Ooh, series clinching game right there for both teams. We end up taking it. Second round is best of 7. Oh, and we lose the first 3. The reverse sweep, though? Can we come back? No, we lose in Game 6. And Grand Rapids only makes it to the second round. Nice try, boys. Maybe next time. All right. So the sheet of paper is going up. Wait a minute. This sheet of paper I can see through. I can see through the sheet of... Wait a minute. Gotta make sure we do this right, boys. Alright, so that should block it. Yeah, I want to make sure that I cannot see anything. Alright, so that's on the screen. I'm going to make sure I cannot see a damn thing. All right, so that is the Stanley Cup screen. The Tampa Bay Lightning have won the Stanley Cup. So congratulations, Tampa Bay, to get it done in year number 3. So that's Winnipeg, Nashville, and now Tampa Bay. That makes sense. I mean, they got such a stacked team. All right, so salary cap for the next season. The next screen is the draft lottery. All right, I'm not looking. I'm even like... kind of looking away from the screen right now just so I can line it up correctly. So 10 and 13, or 7 and 10 is where we are right now, all right? So here we go, boys. 7 and 10 is where we're at. Hang on. I don't need this. I don't need the sheets of paper. The sheet of paper you can actually see through. I'll just use the DVD case. All right, so number 15, the Calgary Flames. Okay, so... there's no way we can get pushed back to number 14. So number 14 is the Anaheim Ducks. All right, so now we are in range of getting pushed back. Who had the worst season? It was us, right? Yeah, so this could be the St. Louis Blues now, all the way up until 10. So I don't want to see St. Louis for 4 picks, then we know it's going to be a top 3. Don't say St. Louis. Don't say St. Louis. 13 is the Ottawa Senators. All right, so they didn't get pushed back, which is good news for Detroit as well. It's not one of these later teams. Number 12, Florida. All right, good. So we didn't get pushed back. Good. So that's good for Detroit. Good for St. Louis. 2 top 10 picks, it looks like. Don't say St. Louis. Don't say St. Louis. Number 11, Washington. All right. Now here is the moment of truth, boys. So the good news is that no team beyond St. Louis won the draft lottery. So yeah, Detroit could still be pushed back, but the odds are real good now that they're not getting pushed back. It would have to be 8, 9, and 10, and we're 10. Yeah, so Detroit is only going to be dropped back to like 8, I think. The furthest it'll get dropped back. If this doesn't say St. Louis is in the top 3. Come on. Did we win it again? Number 10. Detroit via St. Louis. Fuck. All right. So, yeah, I could have dropped back to 8, 9. Yeah, this could be Detroit. This could be Detroit, boys. This really could be Detroit right here. Number 9. It is Arizona. All right. Number 8. This could really be Detroit. Number 8 is Detroit. Fuck! We didn't win the draft lottery this year, boys. Got pushed back once. So it seemed like it was the number 8 or number 9 team that won. Number 7 is going to be the Edmonton Oilers via Columbus. Number 6, Carolina. Number 5, the New York Islanders. Number 4, Buffalo. Number 3, Nashville. Number 2, Toronto via Colorado. And number 1, the LA Kings. So LA, Toronto, and Nashville end up going 1, 2, and 3. Well, it's actually LA, Colorado, and Nashville. LA, Colorado, and Nashville. Damn it, boys. I was hoping. That wasn't going to happen too many years in a row. I think that would have been a little bit of an overkill team if we got more top prospects. But still, the 7th and 10th overall pick, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And also trade bait. So this offseason, this is a big one. Because I think we can be a playoff team next year. We can absolutely be a playoff team next season. So we got to make the right trades and get a full team. So here are the retired players. I'm just going to go games played. Joe Thornton, Zdeno Chara, Brian Giunta, Jason Spezza, all these guys down here. And and hang on a second. Goaltenders, any goalies that are gone? Budai, Curtis McElhaney. All right, so we're going to end the video. I wanted to just see, it was LA, Colorado, and who was the Nashville, right? Yeah, LA, Colorado, Nashville. Let's see how close we were to winning the draft lottery. I think it was 8 or 9, which means we were right there. We were there at 7 and we were there at 10. So 8 and 9, we were just around it. So let's see, team stats. Entire league. Oh, that'd have been so good if I got another top pick. So let's see. The Buffalo Sabres got pushed back. Islanders got pushed back. Colorado. So Colorado moved up to number 2. That's the pick that Toronto had. LA moved up from number 5 to number 1. And Nashville. There it is, Nashville. So Nashville was actually at 11. How did I get pushed back? How did I not get pushed back 1 then? Did I not get pushed back 1? Oh, maybe I read it wrong. Nashville, though, they moved way up there. So I was so close right there, man. I almost got it. The Nashville Predators end up taking the 3rd overall pick. That's going to be a good one for them. All right, so we're going to end it right there. I'm going to leave you guys with the draft class of the upcoming draft. If you guys have any fan art for any players that you'd like to keep around, there'll be a link in the description. My God, yeah, I've been going for too long now. We're over an hour. But here are the upcoming players in the NHL entry draft. So the top 5, you got Alex Gahn. That would have been nice. 2-way defender. John Guerin, offensive defenseman. Bob Duda, 2-way defender. All these defensemen would have been great for us. Justin Regier, power forward. Alexis Lafreniere, that would have been great, but we're not going to be able to get him. But here we go. Here's our picks. We got Brendan Coe, Dylan Murphy, Gavin Rodriguez, Kelly Lucic, and Lucas Stevenson. But you know what scares me? Exact top 9 already right here. Sometimes you got weird drafts where guys aren't the greatest. Now, these guys, they look like they're good. Medium top 6, medium top 4, medium top 6. This guy, Lucic, I'm not sold on. I don't know, boys. This might be a weird draft. What other players do we have down here? Top 6. Do we have any medium elite? There you go. Oh, offensive defenseman, Simon Cloutier. Yeah, I could trade down and get him. It looks like he's going to go in the 1st round. And because it's a 1st rounder, it's probably not a low elite. It's probably a legit elite. Okay, so you guys saw the players. You know the team. What should we do? You guys let me know, and in the next video we are going to have a gigantic NHL entry draft and expect a few trades. We have our 7th pick, we have the 10th pick, or the 8th pick and the 10th pick. We have Johan Hedberg that we can trade away. I want to make the playoffs next season. We got Ryan Prick, we got Bochinski coming up, we got Rudolph Braun, we got a lot of players. So who's expendable and what do we need for next season? Let me know, boys, and I will see you there. Hey guys, Johnny here and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. You can also swing by our website, which has forums and a live chat. That, along with Twitter, allows us to play with our subscribers in our GTA lobbies or the 24/7 open Minecraft server, where you can build with others or play in one of the many games across Superbia. Our Patreon account helps us support our website and the Minecraft server, and we also live stream on Twitch, where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided to all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.